close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create.
We'll be getting going in a moment. Just getting a few things set up and getting my game controls, volumes, such like set up a moment, and then we will be good to go. It's going to be broadcasting a bit of not for broadcast today, live streaming a bit of not for broadcast. I have played this through fully to what's available at the moment. However, just gonna play it through from the beginning for you guys. Yeah, so give me a few moments and we'll get started.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Right, hello. This is not for broadcast. Gonna be starting a new game. I'm gonna call it LiveStream. Do 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 do. Day 1, the election.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the 4 small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again. Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
You mean you don't want to get fired because you've left me in charge of it?
With the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me quite impossible.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody.
You're trying to kill.
5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
We are now on air.
Main stories tonight.
Okay, all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Brundleclatch about his new movie, The Medicated.
Just going to pause that a second because I want to move that down for you guys. Down to the bottom. So you can see the top. There we go.
Of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic.
Right. Button 2 in 3, 2, 1, now. Lovely, mate. Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Do 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 do.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide.
Listen, mate, we often get a bit of interference around this time of night, so keep your eye on the machine on the bottom right. That white dot up and down, avoiding the interference using the yellow knob or your scroll wheel.
Of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly.
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
We'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leaders' acceptance.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Ready? I need you to fill up the gates.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
Thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
Well, we're not sure, but here in St Bromley on the Tape, we've got a big hill and the bus comes
I'm
twice
deeply
daily.
uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Visit picturesque St
Yeah.
Bromley this summer and experience.
So we've got an A+ in this segment.
He's doing great, mate. This is where it starts getting trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio. Thank you so much. 10 seconds, everybody.
And it's on you, Jeremy.
4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from the shock election winners in advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you today is a
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say having you here with us?
Screen 2 now, screen 2. Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the rack, that's Peter Jensen, correct?
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful chap.
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
Worked with him several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. What a wild Did you know that Megan's a really
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion. Let's see who's counting.
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take quite a place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you,
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's all. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear when it comes to politics that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, we swore. Oh, well, don't worry, you won't do it again. Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Got a bit of interference coming in.
Watch out for that interference, mate.
I don't understand.
Cool, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but don't switch to it now. You can go to the archive when the broadcast's done. That.
No, Lance, we mustn't.
Dr. Lance, you Miss Flanagan.
Some really bad acting in this.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You're gonna change the world, you know?
like some really terrible acting in this. But I think that is part of the game. And to the ad.
Explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably notice, the broadcast screen here is about 2 seconds behind the master screen here. When someone says a bleep button, so like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the space bar on your keyboard for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you've got to do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1,
2.
hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Seriously?
Had worse. 5,
4, 3, 2.
Welcome back. I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Oh shit, he's pissed.
Shall I start?
Get ready to
Go
play.
for it, Pat.
Shall I start? Okay.
Go for it, Pat.
Thank you all for coming. And well, thank you all. Where do I start? Well, what a day!
They said we
What
couldn't
a
do
day.
it. They used every dirty low-down lie, every southern bastard trick lie out against southern. But you trick lie out against
Nice.
It's all right through there.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about
the
that. I've had a
language
couple of
there.
celebrations. Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Coarser than the granny's funny. Coarser than the
Memorably
granny's.
put. Memorably. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Who can blame Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that advance are not a political party. Advance are not a party is what you have when things are going well. Party is what you have when the country is suffering. You don't need a party. When the country is suffering, you need a party. A team that can change things. Team that can change. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. A better, so perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put, but again, not inaccurate, but not before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the Wealth Office, we have reduced working with the tax office of every person in the country to wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more hiding funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoked your passport. We revoked your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. First, you're going to pay first.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals, to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. You'll see when we reclaimed what's ours. That's absolute. That's absolute. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise,
so they've got time to get even. So they've got time to get
Advance
even.
have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back. We will put the wealth of this country back in the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow we'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it fair again. Promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, you'll get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there. Interesting acceptance speech. And our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Out for you in time. Hopefully we got if not, out for you in time.
Someone's getting for
If not, so, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Mighty That's all from us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage. We'll be back first day under with full coverage of the first I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful.
And we're
Good night, Jeremy.
Looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Limited edition.
Am I dying now?
My salad weekly.
so lucky.
You're not going for a drink?
No, we've got a date.
Ethically sourced ingredients.
Try not to
add
get
your
murdered.
salad. Build your collection week by week, and very soon.
Pretty sure that's my highest for this segment so far, so definitely
This really is the
a
complete
improvement from last time. My final grade being A. Outstanding censoring, interference free. My editing was okay. Went to ads late once. So overall, very good, very good.
Alright, mate, I've left you a voicemail. I thought you'd end up here. Most people come into the archive room when they're done with a broadcast. That way you can see what you did and how it looked to the public. As you can see, there's 3 sections to the archive. Broadcasts, that's what you've put out. Rushes, which is all the stuff that was on all the screens. And adverts, which is any advert that you've chosen to show. So let's have a look at the broadcasts. Okay, on the left you can see all the broadcasts that you've done. You can also get to hear from the main menu if you don't actually want to do a broadcast, you just want to see some of your past work. Select any of those and click load tape. Why not watch what you just did?
Well,
When
in a
you're
few
done,
moments
hit
we'll be
back.
going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock, it's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting.
So we're going to watch back
as the
what
team
we've
Nuclear
just put out
take on 4 old ladies.
without all the interference.
That's
So
followed at 8
enjoy
PM by
this.
award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock and its importance during the Great Blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss. At 9 PM, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom of Being Colin, taking us all the way up to 11:15, where, as usual, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be grilling his guests in Incisors, and tonight sees a return for leading economist Katie Brightman. Finally, at midnight, it's the National Weather Report, before we say good night until tomorrow. But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the National Nightly News.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight. Moving on up, the election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile? Controversy as global mega corporation Remington's Fist buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change, but critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffreys has issued a statement in which he comments that we have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Jeff. After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunderclatch. And later in the program, we'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech. That's all coming up after the break.
Where can you get warm, sandy beaches, clear waters, and fine dining? Well, we're not sure, but here in St Bumley on the Taint, we've got a big hill and the bus comes twice daily. Visit picturesque St Bumley this summer and experience a holiday that's simply unlike any other. Come and visit the abandoned Spade Factory. Your kids will love exploring the old production line in relative safety. Grab your tetanus shots and come down today. There's no gift shop, but feel free to grab an old handle from the skip out the back. Or why not indulge your cultured side and visit some of our sites of historic interest, like the parish church, currently the subject of a thrilling police investigation, the old market, home of the fairly big cabbage, or the hole. Hey, that's a nice hole. And after a long day exploring Bumley, you can relax in comfort in one of 2 communal tents. Or you could take advantage of our famous nightlife. There's a radio in the cafe, or on Fridays we gather to watch tramps fight. Come on, Harold, you scruffy old meth head. Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your family went Bumley way? And hey, if you come in the dry season, we've got a car park. St Bumley, on the Taint, naturally.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first our very own culture reporter Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap.
Right, let's come back out of that then. Back out of that.
Click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Okay, these 4 screens, they're exactly the same as the 4 screens that feature the studio signal when you're doing the actual news. Of course,
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
I think, Jenny, they must see that.
Just
I know.
select
I think
any
they think you won't have
segment
anything to say.
any bit between ad breaks over on the left.
What's that?
And hit play. When you're done checking out the backstage sequence, hit back.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off!
Let's find the bit where he flipped out at the end of it.
But we can...
Rob!
Out.
Rob, get the car, we're out of here.
Mr. Blundercatch. Mr.
No!
Blunder-
I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blundercatch, I understand
Love
you're
it.
upset, but we can...
Rob! I'll be at the doorstep. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to. Well, go on then. Say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
Love it. Right, let's continue. So you arrive at home to find post on your mat. Most being nothing more than the usual junk. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know. Curiosity gets the better of you and you open it. The form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Well, you muse it. At least they got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly and introduce yourself to your new co-workers. Be productive and get to work instantly. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with the new workplace. Reminisce with friends about old jobs. I'll do that. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. Would you help your colleague to cover up their violation? Recommend your colleague reports it? I would recommend to them that they report it and then report it myself, but hey, that's not an option. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than previous ones. You would... Oh, you know what? Bugger it, leave work early. It's the annual company barbecue and your family has been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying girthy free, but wouldn't mind missing it. Washing your hair that day. I've been practicing with your co-workers. I think you'll win the talent contest this year. Go with 3. Now about to retire. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music, making models, attend political rallies, stand up for what you believe in. Let's go with that. Keep you safe. Name assigned. There's a lot of clicking and going through these little dialogue things in this game. So it's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You hear a knock at the window. It brings you back to reality. I need a favour. You've never seen Chris this agitated. I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money, Chris adds hastily, but they can afford it. People like me, we're going to lose everything. That's awful, but I'm not sure what I can do to help. You're always well off one in the family. They're going to take everything, Alex. Everything I've spent my life building. I can't let it happen. I need a favour. I need to borrow your passport. Why do I get a feeling I'm not going to like this? They've taken mine and half the bloody countries. But people always say you and I look similar. Chris is now pacing. I need to leave before it's too late. What's about me and my money? We'll be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Alex, I wouldn't ask you if there was any other choice. Okay, it's upstairs in the safe. Let me go get it out. Get it, and you can take it. Careful not to wake Sam, who is cocooned in the duvet as usual. You open the wardrobe, unlock the safe, and retrieve the passport. A sleepy voice breaks silence. Alex, what's going on? Nothing, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. I'm gonna tell her. Him. Her. Whatever. Sam sits bolt upright. All thoughts of sleeping gone. What? They're leaving the country? Are things really that bad? The worry lines on Sam's forehead seem to relax. Thank you. We have to look out for family. I know, my little Chrissy. It's probably all one big overreaction. Exactly. Let me take this downstairs and I'll be up to bed. Head back downstairs to find Chris at the table fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So, have you got it? Yes, here. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thank you, I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch when I'm safely out of the country. Chris takes the passport and, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs an non-fluorescent suitcase and heads out into the night. You head to bed hoping you can prise some of the duvet away from Sam without waking them. If this is going into the second broadcast, what I will do is I will end the stream here, and we will sure be live later on today with further developments and such like. Not sure what I'll be streaming later today, but please do tune in later on. Thanks for watching, and good night, good day, or see you later.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us